Next up, we have Dave Para, who is a great friend of mine, become a member of my family over the many years that I have known him, and his wife at the time, who passed away just over a year ago, Kathy Barton. Um, Dave will be singing more. He was with us about a half hour ago, or actually an hour ago. Sorry, my sense of time is all messed up in quarantine here. So Dave, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you, and Dave's going to be singing some camp meeting spirituals with us. So over to you, Mr. Para. There's the right button. So Dave's going to mouth the entire song. Oh, wait, he is able to sing.
Okay, you did it. All right. Thank you. I've always let these days I let Erica mute and unmute me. It's beyond my control. Great. Thank you, Scott. It's always good to see you. Did virtually or in reality. Look forward maybe in the near future being able to spend some real time with you. I am going to do some songs. Thank you for mentioning Kathy. I'm going to do songs that I learned and sung with her over more than 40 years together, playing music and singing. Learned a lot of these in the Ozarks from different singers, and recorded some of them. These are basically sing-along songs. So camp meetings are, if you don't know what those are revivals, religious revivals. And I haven't been to too many revivals myself, a few, but in the early 1800s, during the time of what they call the Great Awakening. I'm waiting for the Great Reawakening myself, actually. But anyway, during the Great Awakening, that's when these camp meetings would happen. And in, rural Kentucky or Virginia or Tennessee, these would be major community events, last a whole weekend. And they're camp meetings because people would camp there, as opposed to a big tent set up in near a town or something, or on the or in a town. This would be a place they would go and stay and eat and sleep and then go to this revival, because it's one of the few things happening in the area. So these would be big things, big events for a community. And there are songs that came out of there, and a lot of them are they're anonymous, and they're easy to sing. They would be there for an emotional purpose, okay, or some kind of purpose during a service. These kinds of camp meetings were more prevalent among Baptist and Methodist traditions. Those congregations tend to be more self-governing, and so it was easier for camp meetings to happen that way. But then say the Catholic Church or Presbyterians that have more structure involved there. So anyway, so a lot of these are from those traditions. And I didn't post the words, even though this is a sing-along. But the songs are so simple and repetitive that you could, and they're designed for you to just, sing when the Spirit moves you. So since we're at a folk festival, the Spirit should always be moving you to sing along. So let me start with this one. I've got a Father in the Kingdom. Just the first line, like a lot of old songs like that are, or Sitting on the Seat with Jesus. The last line. I think I've also heard Sitting on the Throne with Jesus. But anyway, it just goes like this. I've got a Father in the kingdom. I've got a Father in the kingdom. I've got a Father in the kingdom, sitting on the seat with Jesus. High up in heaven, way up in heaven, sitting on the seat with Jesus. Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you to sit on the seat with Jesus? So I don't know how much of that you got, but I've got a mother in the kingdom. I've got a mother in the kingdom. I've got a mother in the kingdom, sitting on the seat with Jesus. High up in heaven, way up in heaven, sitting on the seat with Jesus. Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you to sit on the seat with Jesus? I've got a brother in the kingdom. I've got a brother in the kingdom. I've got a brother in the kingdom, sitting on the seat with Jesus. High up in heaven, way up in heaven, sitting on the seat with Jesus. Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you? Sit on the seat with Jesus. I've got a sister in the kingdom. I've got a sister in the kingdom. I've got a sister in the kingdom, sitting on the seat with Jesus. High up in heaven, way up in heaven, sitting on the seat with Jesus. Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you? Won't you be glad when he calls you to sit on the seat with Jesus? I used to sing that in harmony, so I have to find my key to sing it in. So you are certainly invited. Well, you couldn't sing it in a different key while I was singing it, but anyway, that song came from an old woman from Timbo, Arkansas, in the Arkansas Ozarks, a woman named Ollie Gilbert, Aunt Ollie Gilbert, as people would call her. She sang more than 400 songs to Max Hunter when he was collecting songs from her. She had an adding machine scroll, adding machine paper, like a scroll, and she had the titles of her songs. And Kathy visited her once and asked her about a song, and she goes, and she just roll it out on the floor. Oh, here, pick one. She didn't roll it out. It was kind of a thing. And she, loved having people to come and collect songs from her. It was a good way for her to have company. Max also collected Please Don't Squeeze My Charmin from her as well. So I think she started to run out of old songs and still like the company. But anyway, that was she. When it came to those songs, and she knew quite a few of them, she would just sing one verse because she knew, well, you're just going to change mothers, fathers, brothers. That's how the song is going to go. And I would suggest, if you are interested, to go to the Max Hunter folk song collection on the web, and there are the lyrics there and his many sources, and you can hear the recordings of those sources. One time somebody called Max up on the phone and said, Max, I never knew my great-great-grandmother, but thanks to your collection, I can hear her sing 3 songs to me at any time. And that was a thing that Max really wanted the songs he collected to be back in the hands of these people. Oh, I'm talking way too much. But that's the beauty of old songs. Lots of people have had their hands on them. And when you get your hands on them, you're part of a long chain. Okay, one other person we got songs from was another collector, Loman Kanzler. He was from Dallas County, Missouri, right in the middle of the state. He collected songs from his grandfather, among others, and he actually did 2 albums for Folkways albums. And he would sing, I think I always heard him sing this song. It's called No Time to Tarry Here. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey Fathers, oh, fare you well. Fathers, oh, fare you well. Fathers, oh, fare you well, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. Mothers, oh, fare you well. Mothers, oh, fare you well. Mothers, oh, fare you well, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. Brothers, oh, fare you well. Brothers, oh, fare you well. Brothers, oh, fare you well, for I'm on my journey home. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey. No time to tarry here, no time to wait for you, no time to tarry here, for I'm on my journey home. Okay. We're singing that. Kathy and I sang that all our time together. Let's see here. Let me. I can't. My eyesight is terrible without my reading glasses. But I'm going to switch instruments here. I just got this, and of course, there's a story behind this and my acquisition of it. I realized this is a gourd banjo. I love playing this thing. I just got it. I've never had never played a fretless instrument very often. Look at that peg head. Can you believe that? This is an old, reproduction of an old, banjo from the 18th century maybe, and it's made of a gourd that is stuck on this wooden neck, and the neck is made of figured mango. It's made by a man named Jeff Menzies. I don't know if he said he might tune in to hear me play this. I've never met him. I've just had this great correspondence with him. He lives in Jamaica, teaches art, and he's been making gourd banjos for 20 years or more. It's a goat skin head. I hope Judy Dominy is not watching because she raises goats and she doesn't think any of her goats should end up as part of a banjo, but that is pretty attractive. And anyway, it's fun to play, and I will sing to you another song Kathy and I sang, I think, all our musical lives together. It's a song called Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down. It comes from the singing of Frank Prophet, who was from the Appalachians. And actually, since I heard Tom Dooley mentioned as the song mentioned by the Limelighters, Frank Prophet is actually the source of Tom Dooley that Kingston Trio got it from, basically. But anyway, that's a different story. Frank sang this song, and I believe he learned it at an African American church that he visited as a child. I don't know how often. But this is Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down. This banjo is tuned so low. And I know a fretless instrument is almost a license to play it out of tune. But I love playing this thing. I can barely stop when I have the chance. So, Satan, Your Kingdom Must Come Down. It doesn't go through the family members so much. And let me just say this. Of course, you have to. I've thought fairly often about prayer. And in my mind, prayer is very much like telepathy. If you pray for someone or a group of people, you have to try to empathize and identify with those people as closely and as intimately as you can. And it's, to me, is close to telepathy. And that is the opposite of bigotry. It's the opposite of stereotypes. We put up stereotypes of people to distance ourselves from people. And that is the opposite of prayer. And I think, especially racism, the institutionalization of bigotry, that I think is Satan at work in our culture. Because people who do that inside know better. They know it's wrong, and they do it anyway. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Well, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Well, I'm gonna pray till I tear your kingdom down. Pray till I tear your kingdom down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Well, I'm gonna sing till I tear your kingdom down. Sing till I tear your kingdom down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Well, I'm gonna shout till I tear your kingdom down. Gonna shout till I tear your kingdom down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Thank you. Anyway, I just love playing this thing, and thank you, Jeff. It's a lovely story of inspiration and friendship. Okay, so let me put this down. Oh, great. Okay. Let's see what else I can sing for you. I know. There's a couple of versions of this song. Bright morning stars are rising. So that's almost all the words right there. Day is breaking in my soul. Those are the other words. In the Appalachians, they sing at a little more nuanced melody. Let's see, and then again, it's where are our dear? No, I'm wrong. It's where are our dear fathers? They're on the mountain praying, and where are our dear mothers? They're off to heaven shouting. Okay, things like that, and they goes like that. And you might sing, bright morning morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear fathers? Oh, where are our dear fathers? Oh, where are our dear fathers? Day is a breaking in my soul. Well, Erica was singing with me very well there, and it's lovely. In the Ozarks, Tom and Tommy and the Simmons family, Tom and Jean Simmons, were people we knew when we first started going to Stone County. They would sing it. Those folks there sing it. It's a lot more even. So it'd be like this. Oh. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. And day is breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are our dear mothers? They're off to heaven shouting, and day is breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. And day is breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear brothers? Oh, where are our dear brothers? They're off to war or fighting, and day is breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. And day is breaking in my soul. And day is breaking in my soul. Thank you, Erica. Do you know what time it is? I can't. Oh, I do know what time. Okay, I've got a few minutes left, so let me sing. There's some of the camp meetings songs have passed on in tradition, and you can in the movie Sergeant York. There was a great depiction of a camp meeting. I think they sang "Old Time Religion," which was cool to see him do that. They didn't sing the "Let Us Worship Aphrodite," though she's kind of flighty, the one that wears no nightie. It's good enough for me. They didn't sing that verse, or "Let us worship Zarathustra, just the way we used to. I'm a Zarathustra boostra, and it's good enough for me." No, they didn't sing that one. But anyway, in the shape note tradition, in the book of the songs of the Sacred Harp, there are some camp meeting songs, and you can usually see them, identify them, because they have a chorus. Most Sacred Harp songs don't have choruses. And this one is in there, one of my very favorites. I'm on my way to Canaan. So the verse is, oh, when shall I see Jesus and reign with him above? And from the flowing fountain drink everlasting love. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan, to the New Jerusalem. Oh, when shall I be delivered from this vain world of sin, and from the flowing fountain drink endless pleasures in? I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan, to the New Jerusalem. And now I am a soldier, my captain's gone before. He's given me my orders, bids me not give o'er. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan, to the New Jerusalem. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan. I'm on my way to Canaan, to the New Jerusalem. Okay, well, yeah, I always repeat the chorus the last time through. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, I don't know how much more time I have. Scott, I don't know what you can tell me.
Take some questions if you like, Dave. We've got a couple minutes here before we go to Steve Cormier. So I've just allowed people to unmute themselves. So if you go ahead and unmute if you want to ask Dave a question, I'll see your name at the top of my list here, and I'll just call out and ask you to call you to speak. So
Okay, if there's anything. Oh, well, if not, warfare ended. There was a stonemason in Stone County, Arkansas, good place, Glenn Branscombe. We learned some songs from him. Glenn played and sang with Jimmy Driftwood in the Ozarks, and we knew fun times with them. If these fathers wants to go, why don't they come along? And this warfare be ended by and by. Shout on, oh glory, and this warfare be ended by and by. Shout on, oh glory, and this warfare be ended by and by. Shout on, oh glory, and this warfare be ended by and by. Shout on, oh glory, and this warfare be ended by and by. I can just play until it ends. Just cut me off at any time. But
I think David Oswald had a question for you.
oh yeah, hi Dave.
Button. So go ahead and unmute yourself again.
It's actually Leslie.
Hi Leslie.
I loved hearing you play that banjo. You did wonderful.
It's just
There.
it's really great. I've discovered all kinds of things about music that I know with it, so it's been great. It's fun.
It was wonderful. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope to see you soon.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I have a question, Dave.
Yeah?
Can you play, this is Helen, can you play every instrument?
No. No.
What Which ones can you play?
Well, I mostly play guitar. That has been my real instrument for me. But I started playing banjo, years 35, 40 years ago, maybe 45 years ago, and from that, I can tinker on a mandolin a well, and then I learned to play the leaf, which is a different matter altogether. And many of my friends have borne with my leaf playing, and then I can play bones, some rhythm instruments. That's about it. I've screwed around with the mountain dulcimer in the past, and, you know.
Dave plays a mean rhythm pig. I don't think it's being edited out. Here we go. There it is.
Uh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Dave. We're going to have to draw the virtual hook across you, and I'm going to
Okay.
pass it over to Helen to take our next act in.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks so much for being a part of this.